There's an opioid crisis around the nation, around the state, and it's touched every corner of Calumet. To deny that that's not the case, it would be an injustice to the citizens of Calumet. We can't arrest our way out of it. We need to it's multifaceted. We need to target the users. We need to target the users, the dealers, and we need to determine treatment. We need to set up a group of professionals, law enforcement, prosecutors, the judge, mental health professionals, treatment professionals, counselors, and sit down and determine what's the best course of action to deal with this, because right around the corner is meth. We're going to have to deal with that sooner than later, and we need to be prepared for that. I am aware of a program in Winnebago where they have an overdose, a death investigation review team, where they're able to look at an incident, a death, and determine if there's any cracks in the system or any failures that, if you shore those up, you would be able to possibly have an intervention or even a prevention of the death.
We have an opioid problem here just like everybody else does. Are we as bad as some of the other areas in the state? No, we're not. But we do have a drug problem in this county. Make no bones about that. We have a drug problem in this county, opioids and other things. We have addressed it in many ways, and I'll go through some of those ways. Number one, for the last 8 years, I have been the leader of the local drug task force. I've been the lieutenant who has supervised the local drug task force. So it gives me, as a Sheriff's Department employee, a unique look at the drug problem in this county. What we have done is about 2.5 to 3 years ago, we got our first canine unit. So that canine unit has been very, very successful. We've been upwards of over 50 deployments already this year in that canine program. So what we're doing now is we're raising money, and we are just about at our goal. Our intention in 2019 is to add a second canine unit to the Sheriff's Department, and that's going to help a lot in drug detection and enforcement of the drugs. So that's just one part of it. The other part of the drugs in this county has to be other avenues, because you can arrest all the people you want, you can't warehouse everybody. And once they're out, they just go back and do it again. So I have, as late as last week, have spoken with Judge Freilich, the circuit court judge in the county, and I've talked to him about some ideas about setting up a drug court. He's very open to it. There's some hurdles that we would have to jump through, such as some funding issues and things like that, but he's open to it, and I think it's something we need to look at very hard. The third-pronged approach goes back to some of my statements earlier. We need to get programming into the jail, and that has to include drug counseling in the jail, because you can put all the people in jail you want, and they sit there, and when they get out, they go back. We need to get some drug treatment in there where these people are mandated to take this drug treatment, and at that point, hopefully we'll stop some of that recidivism rate, some of these people from going back to the drugs, from coming back to the jail. So that's a three-pronged approach that I look at the Sheriff's Department that we can do to help the drug problem in this county.